if you remember yesterday's, then like yesterday I read the Bible and this was the one I read. And this time, like I read pages 1 to 3, and this time I'm gonna read pages 4 to 6 since we left off, and now we're gonna be reading those pages. Plus, I do read slowly, and please do not judge because I'm not a fast reader, and I do get my words mixed up, and there is some things that I cannot spell, so please ignore that. But other than that, we are going to be reading 4 through 6 pages of the Bible. And the reason why I forgot that I was supposed to talk louder this time, because the last time I wasn't really speaking that loud. So I hope this time is better. Can't really tell if it's the same this time or not. But let's go to the page real quick. Anyways, I was fixing it to where I could see if there was any chats, just in case, so I could answer questions. Now, let's get started on the first page, shall we? Then God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the animals that were with him in the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. Made a wind to pass over the earth. Oh wait, sorry, I read that one already. I get confused really easy. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters receded continually from the earth at the end of the 150 days that the waters increased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month, the 7th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. The waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. Then he sent out a raven which kept going to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. He also sent out from himself a dove to see if the waters had receded from the face of the earth, the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned to the ark to him, for the waters were on the face of the earth, of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and drew her into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 days, and again sent the dove out from the ark. Then the dove came to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in her mouth. And Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth. So he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, which did not return again to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the first day of the month, that the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and indeed the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month of the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that creeps on the earth, so that they may abound on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his sons and his wives and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, every creeping thing, every bird, and whatever creeps on the earth according to their families went out of the ark. This time I'm reading a little bit faster, it seems, because it's already 5 minutes and I'm like right here. I don't know if I can get it. But anyways, I'll continue. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a soothing aroma. Then the Lord said his heart, I will never again curse the ground for man's sake, although the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, nor I will again destroy every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night shall not cease. So God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be on every beast of the earth, on every bird of the air, on all that move on the earth, and on all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hand. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as the green herbs, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is its blood. Surely for your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning from the hand of every beast. I will require it, and from the hand of a man, from the hand of every man's brother, I will require the life of a man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. Not she's, I'm sorry. For and for in image of God he made a man, and as for you, be fruitful and multiply. God spoke to Noah and his sons with him, saying, and as for me, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants. I'm sorry, descendants or something like that. After you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, of all that go out of the ark, every beast of the earth, thus I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the sign of the convenient, something like that, which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be for the sign of the convenient, or something like that. Between me and the earth it shall be when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the rainbow shall be seen in a cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. The waters shall never again become a flood and destroy all flesh. The rainbow shall be again, shall be in the cloud, and I will look on it to remember the everlasting covenant between God and everlasting creature of all flesh that is on this earth. And God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. Now the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. And Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham was the father of Canaan and saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Then he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants he shall be to his brethren. And he said, blessed be the Lord of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, then he died. Well, it does say, and he died. My bad. I'm sorry. Now this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, or something like that, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz. One second. I lost. Where was that? Okay, I found it. I'm sorry. Rippeth and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dananim, Dadanim. From these, the coastland people of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabtechah. And the sons of Rama were Sheba, Sheba and Denan. Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. In the land of Shinar, from that land he went to Asriah and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ar, Rehoboth Ar, I think it is that, or it's just Ar, Kala, and reasoned between Nineveh, Nineveh and Kala. That is the principal city. Mizraim begot Ludim, Animim, Anamim, Lihabim, Neptunim, Pathrusim, and Casluhim, for whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Jebusite, and Amorite, and Garisite, and Hivites, the Archite, and the Sinite, the Arvite, and Zemarite, and Hamalite. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were dispersed. I think that's how you pronounce it. 1 second. I'm sorry, I lost where I was. Oh, I found it. And the border of Canaanites was from Sidon as you go toward Gerar, as far as Gaza, and then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zebulun, as far as Lasha. By the way, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce this right because like some of these is hard to pronounce and I get confused and lose where I'm at and stuff like that. So I'm sorry if I get confused or something like that. These were the sons of Ham, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands and their nations. And children were born also Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder. The sons of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arpexed, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hol, Gether, and Mash. Arpexed begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan begot Almodad, Shelup, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Adoram, Uzel, Dikla, Obel, Abimel, Sheba, Ophir, or something like that, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling place was from Mesha. As you go towards Sipar, the mountain of the east, these were the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their languages, and their lands, according to their nations. These were the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations in their nations, and from these nations were divided into the earth after the flood. Do you think I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit or something, or I think I'm starting to go a little hoarse because of like reading so much? But it's okay because I'm on page 5 and like I think I'm almost done with page 5, or at least almost halfway done. So I think I'll make it to 6, and I do think I'm reading a little bit more faster than last time because last time I took like 47 minutes and 30 seconds. Anyways, back to this because I'm pretty sure this is what you all got on here for. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They had brick for stone. 1 second. And they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see a city and the tower which the sons of men had built. Well, sons of men had built, and the Lord said, "Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down there and come, let us go down and their confused well come let us go down and their confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth. And they ceased building the city, therefore its name is called Babel. Because there are because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. This is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. After he begot Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Arphaxad lived 35 years and begot Salah. After he begot Salah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Salah lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Eber lived 40 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. After he begot Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and begot Serug. After he begot Serug, Reu lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. After he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. After he begot Terah, Nahor lived 119 years. After he begot sons and daughters, now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot, and Haran died before his father Terah in his native land in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took two wives, and the name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, and his son Abram's. Okay, I found it. And Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur and Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan, and they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Promises to Abram. Now the Lord has said to Abram, get out of your country, from your family and from your father's side of father. 1 second, I'm sorry. And from your father's house to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken to him, and Lot went with him, and Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. Then Abram took Sarai, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people whom they had acquired in Haran, and they departed to go to the land of Canaan. So they came to the land of Canaan. I'm sorry. Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree of Moreh, and the Canaanites were then in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your descendants, or something like that, I will give this land. And there he built an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him, and he moved from there to the mountain east of Bethel. And he pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. So Abram journeyed, going on still towards the south. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to dwell there, for the famine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, I'm sorry, was severe in the land. And it came to pass when he was close to entering Egypt, he said to Saria, his wife, indeed I know that you are a woman and of beautiful countenance. Therefore it will happen when Egyptians see you, they will say, "This is his wife," and they will kill me, but they will let you live. Please say you are my sister, that it may be well with me for your sake, and that I may live because of you. So it was when Abram went to Egypt that the Egyptians saw the woman and that she was very beautiful. The princess of Paroa also saw her and commanded her to Paroa. And the woman was taken to Paroa's house. He treated Abram well for her sake. He had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male and female servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord plagued Paroah and his house with great plagues because of Saria, Abram's wife. Paroah called. Anyways, I think I might take a break for a second because my mouth is my jaw is starting to hurt just a little bit. 1 second. Anyways, I hope your all day's going good since we are taking a small break right here. And if y'all don't know yet, I am gonna be doing lives after I post, a little bit after I post. I might just do them at 6 o'clock, depending on what time I finish them at, because I do want to get the chance to do my own personal things too. And I do not mind reading the Bible because I love reading the Bible, but I want to read it and do vlogs about it because I think it would help others since some may not have a Bible or they might not have the chance and they might want to watch it online or something, and I feel like this might let others have the ability to see this or something like that. So, yeah. Even if no one's watching this right now, it's okay. Because all I'm wanting to do is just spread the word of God. Because I do believe in God and Jesus, and I do love God and Jesus. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're on page 6, and we are almost done. And tomorrow we will do 7 to 9. Now, Abram said, "What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister? I might have taken her as my wife. Now therefore is your wife. Take her and go away." So Paroah commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. Abram went up from Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him to the south. So, if you didn't understand any of that, of what I just said, it's like saying that Abram went from Egypt to the south. I got lost where I was for a second. By the way, if you see me continuously looking upwards, then that's because of at the top of the screen, sorry, right there, it shows how long I've been doing this live. So yeah. Anyways, sorry about that. Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver and in gold, and he went on his journey from the south as far as Bethel and to the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Ai, to the place of altar which he had made there at first. To there Abram called on the name of the Lord. Lot also, who went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. Now the land was not able to support them that they might dwell together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. The candidates of Perizzots then dwelt in the land. So Abram said to Lot, please let there be no strife between you and me, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen. For we are brethren, I think that's how you pronounce that. 1 second. I'm extremely sorry for this. Is not the whole land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I will go right. If you go right, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted his eyes and saw all the plain of Jordan, so that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed the land of Egypt, as you go toward Zoar, I think it's how you pronounce it. And if you hear me do or something like that, that's because I'm either trying to catch my breath or something like that, or I was talking a little bit too long to where I was lost. And I need to catching my breath is what I meant. And if you see my eyes go this way, then it's because it's showing how long. Then Lot chose for they separated from each other. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of plain, and pitched his tent even as far as Sodom. But then men of Sodom were exceedingly wicked and sinful against the Lord. And the Lord said to Abram, after Lot separated from him, lift your eyes now and look from the place where you are northward, southward, eastward, and westward. For all the land which you see I give to you and your descendants forever, and I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, so that if a man could number the dust of the earth, then your descendants also could be numbered. Arise, walk in the land through its length and width, for I give to you. Then Abram moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth trees of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built altar there to the Lord. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Aroch, king of Elosir, Chedorlaomer. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that. That is a huge word. It is very long, but I will try to say it, but I don't know. Chedor, Chedorlaomer, or something like that. And if you want to know how it's spelled, so that you could, maybe you would know, it is spelled Chedorlaomer. And do not mind, don't mind the background things if there's any background noises or anything in my lives, because it's either my dogs or my family members. My sister's mad. Anyways, king of Elam, and Tito, king of nations, that they made war with. Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, I think that's how you say it. Shember, king of oh, my dog is wanting him. Maybe I can finish this page. I'll go back to where, like, I don't know if I said this already, but I'll try it again. That they made war with Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shember, king of Zeboim, and king of Bela, that is Zoar. Like, Bela, I think it's saying that Bela is Zoar. All these joined together in the valley of Siddim, that is the Salt Sea. Siddim is the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Shedorlamer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Shedorlamer and the kings that were with him came and attacked the Rephaim. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rephaim. I'm lost again. Oh wait, never mind. And Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and Zuzim, in the Ham and Enam, and Shavath, Kirithium, and the Horites in their mountain of Seir, as far as El Paran. That's my outside dog. Ignore that, please. I think I was at all these joined together in the Valley of Siddim. I think that was. Oh wait, no, I was not there. I was. I'll start at a certain spot. In the 14th year, Shedor Loamor and the kings that were with him came and attacked the Rephaim in Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and Zuzim in the in Ham. Okay, I think I did read this part, but I will finish reading it. The Enim and Shava, Kirithium, and the Horites in their mountain of Seir, as far as El Paran, which is by their wilderness. Then they turned back and came to En Mishpat, that is Kadesh, and attacked all the country of the Amalekites, something like that, and also the Amorites who dwelt in Hazazon, or something like that. Tamar and the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, something like that, and the king of Bela, that is Zoar. If y'all didn't know that Bela is, whenever I say Bela, it's Zoar. Went out and joined together in the battle, in the valley of Siddim against the Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of nations, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Aroich, king of Elosar, 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of ashpalt or something like that, ashalt pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, not filled, I'm sorry, fled. Almost again. Okay, never mind. Some fell there, and the remainder fled to the mountains, and they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and their provisions, and went their way. They also took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Then one who had escaped came and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt by the terebinth trees of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Ishkol, and brother of Aner, and they were allies with Abram. Now when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, his armed his he armed his 318 trained servants who were born in his own house, and went pursuit as far as Dan. He divided his forces against them by night, and he and his servants attacked them and pursued them as far as Hobah, which is north of Damascus. So he brought back all the goods, and also brought back his brother Lot and his goods, as well as the woman and people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shiva, that is the king's valley, after his return from the defeat of Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him. Sorry, I'm taking longer than last time. I'm trying to not read too fast and not read too slow, you know? I hope I'm not reading too slow or too fast, and if I am, try to tell me in the comments, please, because I will try to fix that, and if I'm talking too low still, I will try to also fix that. But I was gonna take a small little break because my mouth was starting to my jaw right here was starting to hurt again. Anyways, then Melchizedek, I think that's how you pronounce it, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was the priest of God Most High, and he blessed them and said, "Blessed be Abram of God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." And he gave him I can't pronounce this, but I will try my best. Tath, Tath. I think that's how you say it. And if you want to know how it's spelled, then it's spelled Tithe. Anyways, back to reading. Of all, ignore my dogs, please. They're down there going crazy, and yeah. Now the king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the persons and take the goods for yourself." But Abram said to the king of Sodom, "I have raised my hand to the Lord God Most High, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will take nothing from a thread to a sandal. To a sandal strap is what I meant. I am sorry. And I will not take anything that is yours, lest you should say, I have made Abram rich, except only what the young men have eaten, and the proportion of men who went with me. Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion." After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward." But Abram said, "Lord God, what will you give me, seeing I go childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer and Demachus?" Then Abram said, "Look, you may have given me no offspring. Indeed, I am born in my house. Well, indeed, one born in my house is my heir." And behold, the word of God came to him, saying, "This one shall not be your heir, but one who will come from your body, will come from your own body, shall be your heir." Then he brought him outside and said, "Look now towards heaven and count the stars, if you are able to number them." And he said to him, "So shall your descendants be." And he believed in the Lord and accounted it to him for righteousness. Then he said to him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to inherit." And he said, "Lord God, how shall I know that I will inherit it?" So he said to him, "Bring me 3-year-old I fear a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle, dove, and a young pigeon." Then he brought all these to him and cut them into two down the middle, and placed each piece opposite the other. But he did not cut the birds into, and when the vultures came down on the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Now the sun was going down. A deep sleep fell upon Abram, and behold, the horror of great, the horror and great darkness fell upon him, and him. Then he began to Abram, "Know certainly that your descendants will be strangers in the land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them 400 years, and also the nation whom they serve I will judge. Afterward they shall come out with great possessions. Now, as for you, you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried at a good old age, but in the fourth generation they shall return here, for iniquity of Amorites is not yet complete." Anyways, that is all. Well, that is the last of it, because I just finished page 6, actually, not page 3. We did that yesterday. And tomorrow we'll go from 7 to 9. So if you all are wanting to be there tomorrow, then I should probably be on around like 6, probably depending on what time I get done at. But once I'm done, I will probably, like, if I do remember to, I will probably try to, like, put on my community post that I will be going live soon, so that you all can be prepared if you all wanted to join. Anyways, goodbye, and that is all. Have an amazing day.